Welcome to the course. I'm glad to see you here. This course is going to be a project about multi-criteria landfill site selection analysis using ArcGIS. In the theoretical part of the multi-criteria site selection analysis, you have obtained a very good knowledge about this type of analysis. You have learned the basic principles of GIS based on multi-criteria decision analysis, the different methods of multi-criteria decision analysis. Also, you have learned the weighted overlay analysis and the steps involved in this process. We have also talked about this project where we have defined the criteria. We have talked about the data and the scoring, also determining the weights. We talked about defining the criteria, the input data considerations, scoring, and determining the weights. Now let's do the interesting part, the multi-criteria landfill site selection analysis. We are going to use ArcMap software. However, those who prefer to use QGIS can also apply the same exercise. Both software have almost the same functions. But let me first guide you through the exercise prime steps before we start adding the essential layers. We have almost 10 main steps. In step number 1, we are going to add the essential layers based on the data we have collected for the different criteria. In step number 2, we are going to build 3 essential rasters, which are the digital elevation model and reclassified digital elevation model. The purpose of this step is that you learn how to build a digital elevation model based on a contour map, and also we are going to build the elevation selection criteria in this reclassified digital elevation model. And lastly, we are going to build a slope map, which we are going to use later in step number 8. In step number 3, we are going to build towns or villages selection criteria. It is important that a landfill should be far within a particular distance from towns or villages. And to achieve this, we are going to use the buffer tool. Also, in step number 4, we are going to do the same with the major cities. But for building this major cities selection criteria, we are going to use multiple buffers. The more the distance is, the better the location is. In step number 5, we are going to build the road selection criteria. Of course, easy access for waste collection vehicles and transportation routes are crucial for operating efficiency. In step number 6 and 7, we are going to build the airport and the dams selection criteria. It's also important that a landfill should be far with a particular distance from these facilities. In step number 8, we are going to build the slope selection criteria. This criteria is important to ensure stability and minimize the risk of landslide or erosion, and it is also important for runoff management. In step number 9, we are going to build the geology selection criteria, and finally, we are going to obtain our suitability map using the final calculations. So let's now do the interesting part in the ArcGIS software and apply all what we have learned. First of all, to add the essential layers, I am going to provide you with a folder that involves all the data required for this exercise. I need you to download this folder. The name of the folder is Landfill Site Selection Analysis. First of all, I want you to copy this folder to the workspace that you prefer to work on. In my case, I will copy this folder and paste it on C drive. I have previously created a folder that is called Master Training, and then I will paste the folder here. Opening the folder, you can see that there is a handout that involves all the steps that we are going to apply in this exercise, so you can always follow the exercise. In the input folder, you can find all the layers that we are going to add to the ArcMap. Then the output folder is still empty. In this folder, we are going to export all the layers that we are going to create. Also, there is a folder that is called References. In this folder, you will find a similar case study. You can use this case study as a sample to prepare your reports. It's going to be very beneficial. Now, after copying this folder, let's open the ArcGIS. To add the layers, we have many options to add them, either from Add Data, or I will go directly to Catalog. Let's go to the folder connections to see if this folder has been already connected or not. So it has not been connected, so we are going to add a new folder. Then I will go to Local Disk C. Then this is Master Training, and this is Landfill Site Selection Analysis. Then OK. You can see that the folder has been added. Now from the input, you can see that we have airport layer, contour lines, dams, geology, major cities, North Governorate, roads and towns. So I am going to add all these layers. Great, now we have added all the layers. So that is all of this lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to build the elevation selection criteria and the slope map. See you in the next lesson.